Engagement is when your students are paying attention when you teach. When your students aren't distracted and they want to be there, they're paying attention because they want to. Either they find the lesson entertaining or they respect you that much as a teacher. It also comes into play with class discussions. Students who are engaged are actively thinking about the topic at hand and can respond effectively to the questions that are posed.
Students who are engaged are intrinsically motivated, on task, actively learning, and participating fully. An engaged student is getting the very most out of their education, and this is why it is essential for us to cultivate engagement as teachers. We want to facilitate high-quality learning.
According to Gallup, over half of students from grades 5 to 12 surveyed said they were not very engaged in their classes, either on purpose or they simply didn't feel engaged. Interestingly, they have seen engagement decline from grades 5 to 12, going from 74% of elementary school students to about one-third of high schoolers. On the flip side, engaged students are 2.5 times more likely to say they have good grades and are 4.5 times more likely to have hope for their future versus their disengaged peers. Students were 30 times more likely to be engaged if they felt their school and teachers cared about them and their futures.
So, we understand that engagement is important, but how do we foster it in the classroom? This is a big question. All students are different, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach. There are many ways to achieve student engagement, and it is a matter of planning various methods into your teaching practice. If students feel confused by course material, they quickly lose interest. Understanding and engagement go hand in hand, so a key way to keep students engaged is through well-structured lesson planning. It is essential for students to feel confident and competent in the classroom. 7 features of good lesson planning are introduction, clarity, checking for understanding, coached practice, conclusion, solitary practice, and review. A lesson that incorporates these elements will help students gain deeper understanding of the course material and facilitate engagement.
Self-efficacy is an individual's expectation of success at a particular task. It is a necessary part of engagement, and students need to believe in their ability to succeed, and a well-planned lesson can boost their confidence in their own knowledge. To engage our students, we have to make sure they are well prepared for all assignments and evaluations so they can do their work confidently. High school teacher and project-based learning consultant Tristan DeFranville wrote an excellent guide for student engagement, 10 Steps to Better Student Engagement. The article takes strategies from PBL that can be applied in any classroom to get students engaged within course content. We'll now outline the 10 steps.
1. Create an emotionally safe classroom. To learn and grow, one must take risks, but most people won't take risks in an emotionally unsafe environment. 2. Create an intellectually safe classroom. Begin every activity with a task that 95% of students can do and scale up from there. 3. Cultivate your engagement meter. Be acutely aware of when your students are paying strong attention and are deeply engaged in their tasks. 4. Create appropriate intermediate steps. Scaffold challenging tasks so that all students are successful.
5. Practice journal or blog writing to communicate with students. A nice way to change the pace of your class is to have students write regular reflections on the work they have done. Encourage and focus their writing with a prompt. This can also help foster skills and creativity. 6. Cultures of explanation versus right answers. When you use questions and problems that allow for multiple strategies to reach a successful outcome, you give students the opportunity to make choices and then compare their approaches. This strategy challenges them to operate at a higher level of thinking than when they can share only the correct answer.
7. Teach self-awareness about knowledge. On a quiz or assignment, put a graphic next to each question, a scale from confused to confident. After the students answer each question, have them put an X on the scale to represent how sure they were that their answer was correct. This approach encourages them to check their answer and reflect. 8. Use questioning strategies that will make all students think and answer. For example, every day include some questions that require every student to answer. Find a question that you know everyone can answer simply and have them all respond at once, or give you a thumbs up or thumbs down.
9. Practice using the design process wherever possible. Students in school get used to doing work at a consistent level of quality. Unfortunately, low-performing students get used to doing poor quality work. To help them break the habit, use a draft and revision process. 10. Market your projects. When your students ask, "Why do we need to know this?" you must be ready with the best answer possible. Great projects incorporate authentic tasks that will help students in their lives, jobs, or relationships. This 10-step guide is a highly efficient reference for teachers looking to boost engagement in their classrooms.
It is important to note that engagement is tied to motivation. The following is a list of ways to foster motivation. Tie learning to students' personal interests. Let students work together to meet learning goals. Give students a voice in their own learning. Set clear performance standards. And provide feedback.
Technology can also be used to boost student engagement. Technology-supported options can provide a way to engage students beyond what is possible in traditional classrooms. Allowing students to explore classroom topics through interactive technological options is a way to change the pace and provide additional resources in your lessons.
A final and essential consideration in student engagement is behavior modeling. If teachers seem uninterested, their students will not see the merit in what is being taught. Show your students that you are passionate about what you teach and willing to work hard, and they will do the same. Offer meaningful feedback and show positivity.